from the dark and showed me hope in a brand new start. It's not every day I say that my life's been turned around, and I'm learning to see that life's better from upside down. God, it's been such a long time. When did I go blind? I didn't know love felt so beautiful.
And once again, Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, all 35 of you. Actually, I average about 50 listeners per show, depending on the day. So some shows are more popular than others. But you know what? I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad you're all here to be here with me. Welcome back to Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. I am Joe the Shirt. I am off the cuff. This is the show that I do. Feeling better. I woke up a little hungover side. Girlfriend and I spent the weekend over at Pala Casino. I did not do well. We didn't lose money gambling. We actually made money gambling, but actually she won money gambling. I got my ass handed to me this time around, but she won more than I lost. So hey, fuck it. Okay, now before we get too far into anything, today's topic is that's entertainment. Asshole. That's right. That's what I'm calling it for today, because I want to talk a little bit about what's been in entertainment recently, and maybe a few other things. So with that in mind, let's just get rid of the celebrity birthdays. You know why? Because there aren't that many, apparently. But if your birthday is August 26th, you share that birthday with Stan Van Gundy, NBA coach, 54 years old. Let's see, Evan Ross is 25. You're thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Evan Ross? Well, he's the son of Diana Ross. Melissa McCarthy is 43 from Mike and Molly. Now, I'll get back to that in a little bit. We'll get back to that. Dylan O'Brien is 22 years old. He's on the TV show Teen Wolf, like anybody that's watching. James Harden, also of the NBA, is 24 years old. He's that player, used to play for Oklahoma. I think he plays for Houston right now. He's got that really wicked beard and like a sort of kind of mohawk, like Mr. He looks like Mr. T, basically. Let's see, Macaulay Culkin is 33 years old. That's right. Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone kid, is 33 years old, and so is Chris Pine. A lot of you may not know who Chris Pine is exactly yet. I know there's something in your skull that's saying, I know that name. Well, he plays the new Captain Kirk in the new Star Trek series movies. Enterprise, all that bullshit. Star Trek, great movies, by the way. I've enjoyed both of them immensely. And Cumberbatch, who plays Khan in the newest one, was really fantastic. Not quite Ricardo Montalban, the original Khan in both the series and I think it was Star Trek 2 that he was in there. The Wrath of Khan, great stuff. So what else do I want to do? I'm talking entertainment today. That's what I'm going with. I mentioned Melissa McCarthy, who was on the TV show Mike and Molly. She just turned 43. Now, Billy Gardell turned 44 just last week. He plays Mike on Mike and Molly. He is let's call him. Well, he's a big fat fuck. Let's just say what he is. But you know what? We were at Pala Casino, and that's the reason we were there, because he is a very, very funny comedian. And we got good seats. We were right there. I'm like, honestly, you could have sat like outside and still seen him, because he really is that big. But he is so funny, so sharp, so quick. And what's really great is after the show, we hung out after the show, still, in the auditorium there, and he came out and he was talking to everybody that was still hanging out, and I was among them. My girlfriend did not want to approach him, which I thought was really kind of cute, actually, and because she didn't want to impose upon him. I'm like, sweetheart, believe me, the reason comedians come out after show is because they need approval. Okay, they need approval more than oxygen, more than water, more than food, more than sex. I mean, comedians love getting that type of approval, that attention. Whereas, in my opinion, an actor seeks recognition above all else. Comedians need approval. They want you to tell them, you did a good job. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did a good job. Good boy. That's what they want to hear. I was a comedian for almost 20 years, and believe me, anytime that I knew that I killed it, that I just smashed it up, and the people were loving me, after the show, I made sure to hang out long enough for people to kiss my ass. All right, and and we got to meet him, and he was very nice. We got to meet his opening act, also a guy named Joe, and he was also very nice. And you know what? I know they appreciate it. You know, they were very sincere, very friendly. They were happy to take pictures with people. So much props to Joe, whose last name I don't remember. Sorry, Joe, and Billy Gardell, who is underappreciated on Mike and Molly. It's all like they might as well just call it the Molly Show, the way the way it's done. But really, without Mike, there really is no Molly. I know, deep. Now, one of the biggest stories of today is the Video Music Awards last night, which you can't even talk about without talking about, of course, the one and only Miley Cyrus. What a fucking whore! What a slutty, skanky, white trash piece of shit whore. I'm getting hard right now just thinking about, my fucking God. It's been all over the internet, the news, the Twitterverse, the Facebook. I mean, it's like everywhere. I've like heard that foam finger touching herself, and that thick guy, and I don't know, what's that guy's name? Alan Thicke? No, Alan Thicke is the actor. But I was like, oh my God, you nasty, slutty little whore. God, I love it. I'm putting her in the movie. I swear to God. The movie is my term for putting somebody in the spank bank. I say putting it in the movie, and I just like say, why, yes, I am here to clean the pool. Do you always wear pigtails? Yeah, these jeans are kind of tight. That's the movie. Miley Cyrus is so in the movie. She almost made the movie when she appeared on 2.5 Men. But now she's definitely in the movie. What a fucking slutty white piece of trash she is. I loved it. The only way it could have been better is like if she was like missing one of her front teeth. That's the only way it could have been better for me. I swear, I'd be jerking off right now. I'm getting a little chub right now. I'm sure her father is proud beyond words. Billy Ray. I mean, that's got to be tough, because it's one thing, when you have a celebrity that goes out there and, acts the ass, but it's quite another when it's a celebrity that acts the ass and then their parent is also a well-known celebrity, and it's just like, you're not, it's not like Madonna, it's not like Madonna had a famous father when she was doing, like a virgin and touching herself and all that other shit, they would have like father figures like Danny Aiello or Captain Lou Albano. Oh, wait a minute, that was Cyndi Lauper. But you get the idea, though. It was like, she didn't have a famous father. It wasn't like, hey, we saw your kid. No, this is Billy Ray Cyrus' kid. And I'm just like, God damn. I'm sure he's just, every time she's performing, that's my baby girl. Oh, yeah, so proud of her. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, that's my baby girl touching her private parts on stage. National television. Yep, that's my baby girl. Yeah, that's my baby girl. Yeah, oh yeah, jamming her crotch into some guy's face. Yep, that's my baby girl. Yeah, I'm so proud. Poor Billy Ray. I feel so bad for him. I feel bad for him because I'm not a father. I don't intend to be. Lord knows. Hopefully, I'm actually sterile. But. as a father, it's like, when your son does stupid shit like that, you're like, you dipshit, but when it's your little girl, she's only like, what, 20 years old now? When it's your little girl, and she's like rubbing her crotch and showing off her booty and rubbing up against other celebrities and shit, and it's just like, you don't want your kid to be sexualized that way, but it happens. Oh, again, Miley, definitely in the spank bag. Actually, it makes me think about for the longest time, well, okay, let me back up a little bit here. A lot of Maxim magazine issues talk about, how this particular star is finally 18 years old, and you knew her from this really boring, stupid TV show, and now she's all grown up, and check this out, and and it just makes it all sound as if we're all just waiting around for these celebrities, these young celebrities to get old enough for us to jerk off while thinking about them, so that, and people not think of us as creepy, and a lot of us do. Like, what was it? There was one on Maxim magazine. I forget the chick's name, but she used to star on Seventh Heaven. She was like the little girl on Seventh Heaven. She was like 6 when the fucking show started, and now she's on the cover of Maxim magazine. She's like, just showing off her ass and her tits all over the place. Same thing with the chick that played, was it Topanga on Boy Meets World? And let's not forget the Olsen twins. They're like, people are like, oh my God, they're finally 18. Yeah, because you're going to be fucking them, I'm sure. Yeah. And that always goes back to, I think there's a little bit of a pedophile in every man on the planet. I've said this a zillion times. I will continue to say it because it's true. The difference is, unlike a real pedophile, the vast majority of men don't act on it. I don't think it's weird that a full-grown man, finds very young girls attractive. When I'm talking girls, I'm talking under 18, under 16, under 14, under 12. It's not weird, It's just not acceptable anymore in this society. It used to be. You could do it. People were marrying off 11-year-olds to like 40-year-old guys all the time. But now it's not acceptable. And I understand that's fine. But, when you think about it, think about... Gentlemen, ladies, think about this for just a quick sec. The very first girl that I had a crush on, that I felt physically attracted to, which also means sexually attracted to, before I even knew what sex was in fact a little girl. She was about, 6, 7 years old. You know what, though? So was I. I was a little boy. I was 6 or 7 years old when I started to notice, hey, she's I don't know what it is, but I want to touch her. I don't know why, but I do. I know I do, and that happens, so it kind of makes sense. You're kind of hardwired in a way that you do find little girls attractive. Of course, you grow out of it, you become an adult, then you find, people that are your age attractive as well. You begin to understand things, but somewhere in your brain, in the RAM, I don't know what you want to call it, there is a part of your brain that knows that little girls are pretty, they're cute, they're attractive, all right? And then you are eventually taught you don't touch little girls anymore because you're not supposed to, and that's fun, that's right. I agree with that. But you ladies, think of it. There's so many stories these days about all these women that are having sex with teenage boys in their high school classes or junior high school classes. Think about it. The very first boy you felt physically attracted to was, in fact, a little boy, most likely. Unless, of course, you're one of those chicks with, severe daddy issues, and, that's a whole different story. Then you're married to some guy that's, older than your actual dad, But that's neither here nor there for today's show. And on that note, we are going to take a break. The music today is brought to you by You I Need, their first song I played earlier. That was beautiful. And this is their second song by You I Need, Dirty Love. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
Dirty
once again, Joe the Shirt is back and off the cuff. Welcome back, motherfuckers. I'm in a good mood. Don't ask me why, but I am. Before we continue with our That's Entertainment Asshole show today, let's get a few shout-outs to some friends and family out there that, we need to talk about a little bit. Quick shout-out to my buddy Wesley Avila. He's owner-operator of Gorilla Tacos in downtown Los Angeles. Gotta check him out. Big shout-out to my friends Jessica and Amanda of Calliope Canned Commodities. They are online. You can order from them. You can buy from them. Great stuff. Some pickles, jams, whatever. Then there's also my very close family, Jessica, my sister, who is the owner-operator of Diaper Cakes by Jessica. You can order that online as well, I think on Instagram. And mention my name that you heard about it on this show. She will most likely give you a discount. All right? And that says a lot because my sister is a cheap bitch. Another big shout out to a close friend of our pal Chef Wesley Avila of Gorilla Tacos. A big shout out to Chef Gary Menez, who is my girlfriend's favorite chef here in Los Angeles. I've worked in restaurants and bars with a lot of great chefs, and her favorite is without doubt Gary Menez. This Saturday, August 31st, he's going to be at the Taste Bar. And from 9:15 to 10 p.m. at the Taste Bar stage, doing a presentation and I think some demonstration of his cooking. So check that out, all right? Between 9:15 and 10 p.m. Saturday, August 31st. And this next one is one that you can actually come out and meet me if you're so inclined. Yeah, there's a big long list, right? For the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, my friend Bob, whose son actually does have Crohn's disease, is he's hosting actually a comedy show in the Valley at the Ha Ha Cafe. That's September 15th. That's a Sunday, 7 p.m. sharp. I'll be posting on Facebook all about that, times, place, all that good stuff. Tickets are $20 each, and everything that's collected at the door goes straight to the foundation, the benefit. And there you can catch my friends Vicky Wagner, funny, crazy little bitch, and my buddy Dave Nystrom, who you can also catch on YouTube. Actually, you can catch both Vicky Wagner and Dave Nystrom on YouTube. Funny people. I've done the show myself a couple of times. I'm not going to be able to do it this time because I'm going to be out of town until the 14th, and there's no way in the world that I'm going to be like rehearsing material while I'm on vacation. But I will be at the show with my girlfriend, the Russian, also known as M to some of you folks out there. So, come on out, man. Come and check us out. We'll see you there, man. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Now, this has come down the wire recently. The new Superman movie has been very, very successful. It's grossed something like $650 million worldwide. It's doing very well. I haven't had a chance to catch it yet, but excuse me. But I will be at some point or another. I'm going to go check that out. I think was it Henry Cavill is the actor that plays Superman. I've heard a lot of good things about that. There's going to be a sort of sequel to this movie. Again, the same actor will be in it, but it's going to be Superman and Batman in this movie. Okay, it's not just, which has been very popular in comic books. There's a Superman and Batman comic book that you can go out to the comic book store and buy right now, today. All right, and that just shows how much of a nerd I am. But you can go and catch that. You can go read that. But they picked a Batman. Okay, it's not Christian Bale. It's not Christian Bale. It's not Michael Keaton. It's not what's Val Kilmer, and it's certainly not George Clooney. It is the one and only Ben Affleck. Now, I know you've probably heard this already, but I'm letting you know the new Batman will be Ben Affleck. Now, the internet, the web, the Twitterverse, the Facebook, everybody, it's exploded. The nerd sites have exploded with their absolute hatred of this choice. I mean, they cannot hate Ben Affleck more right now than him being picked to play Batman. Some of you may have seen him portraying Daredevil back in 2003. Yeah, it's a good 10 years ago. And many of you may have been severely disappointed. Now, I watched the movie. Daredevil is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time, and Daredevil and Batman are really very much the same character in a lot of ways. But I would not have, back in 2003, I would not have picked Ben Affleck as Daredevil, as Matt Murdock. Really, if you wanted to pick like the perfect Matt Murdock Daredevil, I would say Robert Redford in his heyday, in his prime, looks exactly what the comic books how they depict Matt Murdock Daredevil. That's what he looks like. What's very interesting about this choice here is between Daredevil and Batman. Daredevil and Batman have been one of the most famous comic book writers ever would be Frank Miller. Writer, I'm not sure if he's an artist or not. I'm zoning here. But Frank Miller's Daredevil, Frank Miller's Batman, some of the best comic book work you're ever going to fucking find, okay? The Dark Knight Returns and for Batman, and Daredevil's Pariah. Just incredible stuff. Now, so a lot of people are upset about Ben Affleck, and because one of the things that they're talking about is a lot of the story will center on the fact that, okay, you have Superman, who is the ultimate Boy Scout. Okay, he's the ultimate do-gooder. Okay, he's basically, like I say, he's basically a super Boy Scout. Does things by the book. There's definite right and wrong. There's no gray area. And then you have they're introducing Batman as an older version of Batman, not a Christian Bale Batman, not so much like the other guys. This guy, Batman, will be closer to his like mid-40s, maybe even 50 years old, which is Frank Miller's version of Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. And they picked Ben Affleck. Now, okay, sure, Ben Affleck looks more like Superman than what you imagine Batman to look like, I guess, maybe, who knows. But I am not joining this protest. I am not jumping on this bandwagon of Ben Affleck haters. I'm not doing it, not going there. You know what? I don't think it's a bad choice. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think, Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, the Batman, in his 40s, is not a bad way to go. I mean, perfectly honest with you, I don't see a problem. I honestly feel that it's a better fucking choice than Christian Bale. Playing Bruce Wayne is not easy. Playing Batman is easy. Playing Bruce Wayne, that's tough. Michael Keaton was a horrible Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale was a better Bruce Wayne, and their Batman was pretty much the same deal. Everybody talking like this all the time. Yeah, I don't know. And then you have Val Kilmer, I think, encapsulated the whole Batman Bruce Wayne the best, in my opinion. George Clooney, not so much. And I think George Clooney is among the better actors out there, really. He's one of my faves, but I got to tell you, I wasn't loving. You know what? Also, maybe it's the fact that the movie that he was in, his Batman movie, sucked balls on a level that I can't even begin to describe. All right, but no, I am not jumping on the I hate Ben Affleck as Batman / Bruce Wayne bandwagon. I'm not doing it. No. I think it's not a bad choice. He's about the right age. He's definitely the right build. He's got almost the right look. So I think I'm going to go with it. I'm going to be very, very hopeful on this. I got my rose-colored glasses on, and I am officially saying Ben Affleck is Bruce Wayne. There you go. Fuck it. I'm not. That's it. Now, we do have some exciting news coming up. A lot of stuff coming up for late September, early October here at Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. As I've mentioned before, my, for lack of a better term, business manager has suggested that I try to monetize the show, try to make it a bigger show, really start my own YouTube channel. And I've already, I'm in negotiations with some people to be on here. A couple of nerds, to be perfectly honest with you. Possibly, I'm not promising you this, but possibly, a comic book veteran, Jim Higgins, who teaches comic book creation here in Los Angeles at Meltdown Comics, and I think over at Otis College, I've started talking with him about him possibly coming on, doing a show once a week where he would talk about whatever it is comes to his head, and in reference to his abilities and his interest. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to talking to him actually sometime this week, possibly tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. And my friend Holly Interlandi, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, Interlandi. I just call her H. Okay. And they're going to be appearing on the show, hopefully, very soon. And I'll be talking to them, introducing them to you guys, and, trying to develop show ideas where they'll both be appearing like once a week on their own shows. Maybe, hell, come on my show or work together. I don't know yet. And, they both have a lot of their own really great interests, a lot of interesting ideas that they want to develop, and the fact that they're willing to talk to a small timer like me about possibly doing it with me, is really kind of cool. So yeah, Holly Interlandi, I call her H, and Jim Higgins, it's exciting stuff. And now for my lovely friend Tinkerbell out there, my love, yes, I do have a T-shirt. I have a prototype of a T-shirt. We may be ramping up the quality of the T-shirt, so the odds are I won't have a T-shirt available until September, maybe late September, early October. But it will be the picture you see of me, with flashing the shitty gang signs and my ugly ass shirt, and my ugly ass sunglasses. That's pretty much it, and then. With a little word bubble above it, like in the comic strips, that says "Listen to Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff, and I'll make fun of your mom." That's the T-shirt I came up with, and that's going to be up for sale for anybody that's interested in it. I don't know the exact price yet. I have to work out the numbers. If anybody actually really wants it, But I will be arranging for giveaways, because some of you guys out there have been with me for so long. I want to show a little appreciation and also get a little, free advertising. You're wearing, a shirt with my name on it, my face on it, where people can listen to it. I mean, that's good business as far as I'm fucking concerned. So, yeah, no, that's coming up, So think about, hang in there. Okay, I know you want to send some shirts to your friends in Mexico, but... hang in there, and I'll see what I can do. You know what? But I think what I really might do, I think I'll just. I know this makes my ego sound ridiculous. Maybe I'll just the original, the prototype I have. I might just do an autograph of it on it, and then send it out. To whoever believes that they're my biggest fan out there. So you guys, fight amongst yourselves. But in the meantime. We are going to take a little bit of a break. This is more You I Need. Their song, Take More. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm Off the Cuff, and I'm back in about a minute or so.
without you. It's a good life. It's a good life. It's a good life. Things you take more than you get. Running around trying to find what's left of me. Running around trying to find what's left of me. I'm doing just fine, here though I am broken still. I'll find a way to climb up out of the snow. I'm taking bets on what happens next for us. One day you will find that I'm doing fine without you. 'Cause you take more than you give. I'm running around trying to find my pieces. You take
And once again, Joe the Shirt is off the cuff, and I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for listening. As always, God, the fact that so many of you actually do check in and listen to what I have to blather about on such a pretty regular basis is fantastic. Thank you very much. That's my humbleness coming out. Did you like that? You want me to do it again? Maybe sound a little more humble? I don't know. Before I go on with any more entertainment news today, I did want to talk a little bit about death. Death. Seems to be a lot of it going around lately. On a more personal note, my cousin Maria recently lost a sister, which at first I thought was a little weird because I know for a fact that my cousin Maria is an only child. She is the daughter of my favorite aunt, my Aunt Teresa, who's been dead a long time now. She died back when I was still in junior high school, so, you know, we're talking about good 30 years or so. But I loved my Aunt Teresa, and she was one of the most loving, dear, sweet people I've ever met in my life. I mean, I never... so few times in your life are you going to meet somebody who loves and supports you so unconditionally, outside of a dog, or your mother, if she's a good mother. I mean, my Aunt Teresa was just such a wonderful, wonderful human being. Taken from us way too early. I mean, she was only 30 when she died. So I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was a little weird that my cousin Maria was talking about her sister dying. Then I remembered, her father, Bucho, I think is what we called him. He had, I think remarried and had a couple of daughters, and I think she has some like half sisters, stepsisters, or something along those lines. Apparently, one of them recently died in a car accident. Drunk driver slammed into her, and it's really terrible. I got my friend Paula Bergon, or Bergen, depending on how you want to pronounce it. She's going through some tough time as well. She has people that have, I think, recently died recently. Oh, that's intelligent, Joe. My heart goes out to you guys, because I actually know you guys. Unlike all those people in Haiti or Katrina or Japan who I don't know and don't give a fuck about, these are people I actually know. So when they are hurting, that affects me way a lot more than some, fucking random stranger, which is, always been a big issue for me. I don't know why people act as if it's like the worst thing in the world that they hear that, people are suffering somewhere. I'm like, well, what the fuck do you care? You don't know them. And you don't really fucking care. All right? You don't fucking care all that much. But I will give it to people when it happens to somebody you care about. Some years ago, my girlfriend's mother and a brother died within like a month of each other, And I didn't know either of them all that well, and I didn't need to. They were her brother and mother. You know, that's all I needed to know right there. You know, it's a tough time we're living in. I got my friend Fauna. Apparently, her husband, Mr. Chris Sharp, was posting on Facebook recently that he was just giving up. He's done. He's just done, okay? The whole universe, just letting you know, I quit, I'm done. If you need help, if you need anything, don't come here, because I am done giving. And for me, that really took me back quite a bit, because I've never met Mr. Sharp, okay? I've known Fauna now for like almost a good 10 years now, and she's a sweetheart of a human being, and I love her dearly. But she got married, and she had the 2 kids, Mason and Drake, I believe, and they've been together, and they've been good together as far as I can tell. And Mr. Sharp works hard. I know that, you know, and he works hard, and he's a good person, and it takes a lot to get this guy to bitch and complain about anything. Okay, he's got a great sense of humor, you know, and I look forward to meeting him one day. And I mean, really, you marry Fauna, you got to have a great sense of humor. Yes, that was a dig at you, my love. But you know, they're going through some tough times right now. I don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, I've been an asshole of a friend. I should have called by now and find out what's going on, but I will. And you know, see what, you know. It's very doubtful that there's anything I can do to help. But you know, listen, all my love, you guys, you know, deserve better than what the universe is handing you. You know, like I always say, you know, it's always a load of horse shit when people tell you that God only gives you as much as you can handle. I'm like, if that were true, nobody would commit suicide. Anyway, okay, that's enough of the heaviness. Now, back to entertainment. That's what I feel like talking about today. Hold on. Apparently, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the TV show The Newsroom with Jeff Daniels and Emily Mortimer. It's on HBO. It's in season 2. And when I first heard of the concept of the show last year, I love the concept, you know, which is, you know, how things happen in a newsroom, in a cable newsroom, how journalists get together and come up with shit and how they do things. And I thought it was a great concept. I thought it was interesting. It's not an original concept. Lord knows it's been done to death. Shit, if you watched fucking the Mary Tyler Moore show, you know that much. But I decided to catch it. I recommended it to my girlfriend, and we loved it. Watched the whole season, loved it. We're in the middle of the second season. We're loving it some more. You know who doesn't love it? Actual journalists don't love it. They say that it's not realistic. It's not true to form. There's too much pontification going on. There's too much of showiness and a self-righteousness to it. You know, that's not what people really do in a newsroom. And you know what? I don't give a flying fuck. Who gives a shit what really happens in a real newsroom? I don't give a fuck. I'm watching TV. It's Sunday night. I'm watching HBO. I'm sitting in my underwear. I'm drinking a beer. I'm possibly a little high. I don't give a fuck about whether or not it's real, you know. Ted Koppel, Walter Cronkite, you know, Connie Chung, you can all suck my balls. I don't give a shit whether or not it's real, whether it's true to life. I don't give a fuck. I want to be entertained. I hopefully see a little titty. That's what I'm going for. Now, these self-same critics, mostly journalists that have criticized the show, say that the second season is actually more true to life, more accurate than the first season. And I will say I don't enjoy the second season as much as I do the first season. I'm here to be entertained. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Accuracy. When has TV given a shit about that? And finally, back to the VMA Awards. See what I did there? Started out with the VMA Awards, Miley Cyrus, and I come back. The LA Times did a list of what they think were some of the most memorable VMA moments. There's like 30 of them here. I'm going to go through a few of them, see what you think. The number one VMA moment is Michael Jackson's opener of the VMAs in 1995, where he did Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Billie Jean, and Smooth Criminal, and then did the Bankhead Bounce while moonwalking, and Slash was his backup guitarist. I mean, how do you fuck with that? That's awesome. They love Madonna back in 1984 and now. One of the biggest ones that they mentioned was number 10, when Kanye West ruins Taylor Swift's moment in 2009. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Taylor Swift had won the award for, I think it was the Best Female or whatever, Album of the Year or some shit like that. I think it was Best Female Album of the Year, whatever. And Kanye West comes up on stage in the middle of her acceptance and, just punks her. I mean, the way they put it here, when West crashed Taylor's moment by snatching the microphone from her, it made for one of the most uncomfortable moments in VMA history. But hey, Swift became an even bigger superstar, and he birthed the infamous line, "I'ma let you finish." But I remember watching that and thinking, what a dick. He thought that, I think it was Beyonce should have won. But you know what? Beyonce didn't win. Taylor Swift won. And mind you, I don't really give a shit about either one of these bitches. I really don't give a fuck. But I do remember catching that and thinking to myself, if that was my girlfriend on stage and Kanye West had done that to my girlfriend while she's accepting her award, I would be beating his ass to death. That was bullshit and a half. Another one was, another great incident, another great moment was Eminem and Moby. According to this, Moby incurred Eminem's wrath after he labeled the rapper's lyrics misogynistic and homophobic. Oh, yeah, duh. Big fucking deal. Oh, there's so many of them. You know what? I'm going to actually save this for maybe tomorrow or Wednesday because there's so many great moments that they're talking about here, and I do wanna get into it. Now I don't know if I remember correctly. I don't know if I mentioned the prison hunger strike going on here in California. Actually, I think I did. Prison hunger strike going on and how all the celebrities are all on top of that. Well, there's more prison news for you guys. Apparently, prison medical care is substandard in California. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. The average prisoner sees a doctor more often than I do. My dog sees a doctor more often than I do, okay? He gets a checkup every fucking year, sometimes twice a year, and if my girlfriend gets fucking paranoid about it, like when we found a lump on his chest, turned out just to be a fatty deposit. She was convinced it was cancer, and of course I take him to the fucking vet, and he's like, oh, it's just a fatty deposit. And I'm like, great, give me my $90 back, bitch. But no, they didn't. So there you go. And finally, in some sort of entertainment news, my brother-in-law Shane sent me a framed placard of the Miami Heat with trading cards, basketball trading cards of the Miami Heat, them winning the last year's NBA championship, and because I was making fun of him and them, and mind you, I knew the Miami Heat was going to win. I just didn't want them to, but he sent me one. He sent me this fucking thing. I don't know what he spent on it. I do know that he spent like almost $14 to send it to me, just to stick it to me. So much love to my brother-in-law Shane out there. You big fucking asshole. I'm going to put it right above my toilet. Swear to God, I'm going to post a picture. And that is it for today. I am Joe the Shirt. This music is from You I Need, Lost or Found, and I've been off the cuff. Talk to you guys later.